Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Andy's Market Comment for Thursday, 10th of December 2020. Last night, the Nasdaq was off about 2%, mainly on the back of the FANG stocks, particularly Facebook, getting hammered. 48 states plus the Federal Trade Commission of basically putting an antitrust lawsuit against Facebook, basically say that, hey, you guys are just a monopoly. You're just way too big. And Facebook obviously had a bad night. And to be perfectly honest, this is so well overdue, it's not funny. They got massive market power. They do stifle competition. And not to mention, they're virtually, a company that just runs exactly what they want to run. They pull down people's pages on completely random bases, and yet there are pages highlighting lunatic Islamic terrorists and anti-vaxxers and a whole bunch of other odd bots. But if you happen to, support someone like Trump, you get your page taken down. I mean, I ran on about that particular aspect, but from a corporate point of view, yeah, they really need to be, reeled in a bit. Also last night, the US dollar, basically in the dollar index, so a basket of currencies the US dollar is measured against, the Aussie actually didn't do too bad. We finished around 74.43 cents. That went up. That meant gold, silver, and to a lesser extent Bitcoin. They got clubbed like baby seals and tanked a bit. But what's also surprising is just all this talk again on Bitcoin, and it's just everywhere. It's starting to drive me insane because I'm a stockbroker and I'm used to be able to help clients buy things, on the market, through the ASX, for example, whereas you can't trade Bitcoin that way. You have to go onto these certain apps and websites to be able to go and buy it. And whilst yes, you can buy it and yes, you will own it, it's not as neatly tied up as, say, a client wants to go and buy BHP and it's on their account, it's on their HIN number, it's relatively safe, and you get what you're getting. But nevertheless, people just keep talking it up and up and up. Take, for example, JP Morgan, and I'll just put this little quote here. Back in September 2017, I quote, this is JP Morgan, Bitcoin is a fraud and eventually will blow up. Fast forward today, December 2020, Bitcoin intrinsic value should rise significantly over the coming months. I mean, that's a backflip worth Olympian, potential there. It's just mind-boggling. Yet you also have the same JP Morgan who is happy now to warn people that shares in Tesla are now dramatically overvalued, and investors should not be thinking of piling in just before it, gets listed to the S&P 500. I know this is the talk that always makes markets move around. You got to have someone with one view saying buy and someone on the other side saying sell, but then you can always wear the same hat too. It all gets very confusing. The big thing overnight also in the States was an IPO on a company called DoorDash, if I recall correctly. They're basically like an Uber Eats mob, and they literally went up 80% on their IPO. I mean, great, good for them, awesome. But again, it's another one of these signs of the insanity that's pushing markets higher and higher and higher. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but it'll happen. But at the moment, the particular investments that should be doing well, like gold and silver, because of their their precious metals, should actually be just steadily as she goes well. But they're not. You're seeing money shift out of them. Apparently, a lot of money's come out of gold ETFs to go into the so-called Bitcoin funds that are out there. There's no actual ETF for Bitcoin, which there was. It'd make my life a lot easier. Anyway, this is a much, much longer video today. I didn't really want it to get that way. It just goes to show how easy it is just to keep talking. I mean, I'm at 4 minutes and 13. So anyway, our market's probably going to be down about 20 points or something, but I wouldn't be surprised by the time we get to the close, it's up. It seems like, we're just happy to keep buying along on our merry, merry ways. So I'll wind up here and we'll touch base tomorrow and see what's doing. Take it easy.